Investors and traders, welcome to the channel. Market chart pattern. Today is 4th of May 2024. Hope everyone is having a great weekend. So I'm going to do a quick video for the stock of Alibaba. This video is going to be just about Alibaba because in my opinion, from a technical perspective, the stock of Alibaba has done something which is fairly positive from a technical perspective, and this video is going to be about technicals only, and we'll just discuss a little bit about the fundamental stuff as well. But I think if you Google about it or go on Alibaba's Alibaba.com and go to investors relation, I think you'll be able to find a fair amount of fundamental information there. As always, this video is for educational purposes only and it is not a financial advice. So Alibaba stock is something which we had followed in the past, but perhaps not as regularly, because mainly it is an ADR, American Depository Receipt, traded on the New York Stock Exchange, and also I believe it's also trading maybe on some other exchange as well. But it's one thing is that it's just had been going down for a long time, but something seems to be changing, and this is what we want to discuss here. So this is the daily chart, and on the daily chart what we are looking at is basically a pronounced downtrend. You see it peaked in October of 2020 and then it's just been going downtown all the time. All right, now there has been a couple of videos which I did about the stock. We were watching for certain key levels, with this key level around the 80, 79 or $80 mark being one key level, because there was a possibility that this might have been A, B, and this is the C leg, and it begins to move in a D leg. But after being in a fair amount of consolidation, that pattern finally broke to the downside in November of 2023, so last year. And what it did is it just did this little ABCD here. The ABCD in fact pointed to about $65, but it came as low as $66.63, so fairly close by. And around 67.83 we also had the 1.6 minute expansion of this swing. I should not be taking this swing. Actually, I should be taking this swing right here. And yeah, I just went in between that. And it was also below the 78.6% Fibonacci retracement. At one point, it looked that maybe it was just gonna go and retest these lows one more time. But the fact is that this was a really key low. And in my previous videos when we were covering, this is where we were basing our information from, that might have been a key low, and the chances are that it is in fact a really key low, and I'll show that on the weekly chart. But here, just from a technical perspective, after these pattern formations just gone into a really long several months consolidation, and now it has broken above, or it is trading right at the 38.2% retracement of this real significant high around here to right here. So this is where it is at the moment, breaking above the $80 per share level. In my opinion, it's very positive for the stock. And then from the momentum perspective, it's also improving. So we can see that the blue line is 20 period moving average. The price has been above that, and also above the 8 period moving average, which is the red line. And in my opinion, it has completed this pattern formation. Now here we go. So this is the really important chart. This is the weekly chart, and here something that I have pointed before, but I'm going to reiterate that. If we just look at the history of this, when it started to trade on the New York Stock Exchange, it went through the typical cycle of an IPO where it goes up for a little while, and then it just takes out the IPO price to the downside. This is what it did. And then for about 6 months, from sometime in 2015, August 2015, to around 18th of February 2016, which was also when the little bear market also ended of 2015 in the broader stock indices. It formed a double bottom formation, which is highlighted in this box around here. And then it had a massive run to the upside, where it went from around $60 to being about to $320 per share. So that's been a really massive run on the long side. And then it had an equal dramatic run to the downside as well. So the kind of the personality about the stock is that, in my opinion, it likes to do the double bottoms. Just the way the Amazon stock likes to do double bottoms and double tops, as we have covered that many times in our stock videos. This stock seems to have that sort of characteristic into it. And then this is the reason that, I had, when I did the video last year in 2023, I was basing this on my analysis that perhaps this is a double bottom as well, because it just went right into the bottom around here in this zone. So a double bottom around here, double bottom with respect to this, and it rallied, but it was not able to take out this swing high. So it just went into a very long consolidation, in my opinion, moving lower. And here, this is another double bottom, in my opinion. Now, if we just draw a trend line on this chart, we can see last two consecutive weekly closes. Let me actually blow this up a little bit so we can see this easier. Here we go. So I think it's going to be much bigger now. Here we go. So for last two consecutive weekly closes, it's been closing on positive weekly candles, and last week's candle is pretty strong as well. It took out the swing high, and now it's moving towards this $87-$90 area, which is going to be this swing high. And also it's above the 20-week moving average, so that's positive. And if you look at the 200-week moving average, is way above around the $140 per share level. So there is a fair amount of catching up that the stock needs to do. And I've just these red lines, these are just the swing points which the stock is likely to target. And now let me try to switch on the volume here as well. So this is going to show us weekly volume. One of the things is that we can see that last week the volume was more than the volume of the previous several weeks. So that's a good positive that fair amount of volume came into this. On the fundamental level, the Alibaba company has actually announced fairly large stock buybacks, which is something which helps propel the price of the stock, and investors like that. The reason is that the supply, or the outstanding number of shares, they actually are reduced, and that is beneficial for the existing shareholders. And once the stock begins to build a momentum, because the company itself, I think it's several $billions which they have committed to buying the shares back, other investors can join in as well, and that actually begins to propel the momentum. So it comes right off the 78.6% retracement. Now it's just closing above that on consecutive weekly closes. That's really positive for the stock. And of course, this double bottom concept is there as well. So the next target could easily be at the top of this range, around 122 to around $130 per share level is possible. And then above that, what the stock could do is come right to this level, around $160 per share level, which is going to be the 38.2% retracement, and that will also take the stock price above the 200-week moving average. And during that time, perhaps the momentum will also improve a lot, with 20-week moving average closing above the 200-week moving average, and that could potentially set up this stock going and touching its all-time highs as one possibility. Or if we were to just let me actually delete that, if it is able to get past this 160, then the 61.8% retracement comes around $220. So that would be the next target, right around this structural which could be a resistance level as well. So again, watching for this stock really closely, in my opinion, from a technical perspective. The double bottom, which came in a fair amount of time ago, October of 2022, that's also the week when the stock market broader indices actually bottomed. But what we can see is that where the broader indices are in the United States, S&P 500 made a new all-time high. So did the Nasdaq 100, Dow Jones, and this stock just went nowhere. So it's been a stock which has been a weaker than the market, a massively weaker than the market stock. And now because of some fundamental things changing, the stock might have a lot of catching up to do. And in my opinion, it could do a lot of catching up pretty quickly as well, because just been down so much. So this is what we are watching in the Baba stock, and I just wanted to do a dedicated video for this stock, because something which we have not covered in quite some time, so needed more time for some of the explanations of the patterns that I'm seeing in this stock. So thank you very much for watching the video. Good luck, good trading. If you like our analysis, give it a thumbs up. And if you like the channel, how we like to do technical analysis using pattern recognition, Fibonacci retracements, then please do subscribe to this channel. Thank you very much. Good luck, good trading, and speak soon.